Hello, my dear peasants. Your king greets you in the way of his people. Yeah. I don't know quite where I was going with that. Anyway, so I've done a little bit between last episode and this episode. For the last two episodes, please forgive me. I did record them both on the same day, and I didn't realize that Fraps was recording from my webcam microphone and not my actual microphone, so it didn't have any noise cancellation. I just unplugged my webcam just in case you were wondering. And muting system sounds, muting Steam, and Clownfish. Why not? So at the moment, the only sound that should be playing right now that you guys can hear should be Minecraft, which is fantastic. I've done a little bit of work, so you can see I've got a nice lovely new shovel. It's called Joe Dirt. He's got auto repair 2, dud. I mean, it stayed on auto repair 1 and it's basically repaired. Old Faithful, we've got auto repair 2, but I use it a lot more quickly than it seems it can repair. Probably just because it clears out 3x3 shafts, 9 blocks at a time, and I do big long tunnels of it, just because I need my resources. Oh, and by the way, I've moved a few of the bushes around. I did get a little creeper over here, which kind of annoyed me. So I've had to start building all of these back up again. Yeah. I just try and keep these all nice and tidy. At the moment, I am looking for an Enderman or two. Probably two. Still having a little bit of trouble getting one. I do have an Enderman skin, so I'm assuming that I did get an Ender Pearl, but I can never find it. So I'm assuming maybe I didn't get the Ender Pearl, but either way. We've done a little bit of work into the base as well. If you remember correctly, I had stuff here. I've moved it all now. And we've actually got a lot more space down there too. So I might actually switch to bat form because we are going to need to do a little bit of flying. But we'll head down. So there we go. This part hasn't changed, but we have got... Oh, that's not supposed to say farms. That's supposed to say to do. That says farms. I think that actually messed up somewhere. Either way. So I've made a little bit of a to-do list. Just so that I can kind of remind myself and keep myself on track. Forestry, we need farms, railcraft and steve carts. I'd like to have a look at modular carts. It's not something that I've actually touched before. Buildcraft, I mean, we need quarries. I'm tired of going out mining for resources. It makes me feel sad in my sad place. Thorncraft or Ars Magica. I think they're fundamentally very different. I might have a look at Ars Magica first. Simply because that's a completely new mod to me, so I'd rather, just see what it's about. Logistics, I mean, that's one of our top priorities right there. Automation, crafting, sorting, etc., you get the idea. And industrial craft, which is something that I've done before. Not extensively, but, I mean, it would be kind of nice to have a jetpack, but then when you can turn into bat form, I mean, it's not really as huge a deal, I guess. Especially like in terms of diamond drills and stuff like that. Like that's something that I always had to worry about, and now I've just got these awesome modular tools, which is, seems to be a lot easier for me at least. Steve Cart's there, Thorncraft, something that's similar to Red Power, but it's not Red Power. Microblocks here. And Bibliocraft or Bibliowoods. Machine Muses, power suits. I don't know. There's a few different things in here. Like there's Ars Magica again. Panels or facades. That's something that we're probably going to have to take a look at because I'm going to need to cover up some pipes eventually. Anyway, so enough babbling about that sort of stoof. Let's have a look at what I've done. So, logistics, sorting, inventory. I've left little signs around where I want things. Kind of gives you an idea. That is that's my inventory room in there. You can see I got some nice lovely diamond horse armor when I went caving. Torches, I mean, yeah, you've already seen that stuff. What's important is in here. Now, I did do a little bit of mining. This isn't even, the half of it. You can see my hardened energy cell is here. I've tried to make things big. If you see a gap like this is where I want to branch out. So that's kind of cool. But we go further down and here we go. So this is our aqueous accumulator. Obviously I was going to have to put this, further down, and I thought, well, why don't I just make a nice little area down here, give myself enough room to work, so I'm not always, trying to sort myself out with, I can't get past these, I mean, going into bat form does make things a little bit easier, but it's still not really ideal. Either way, so we've got our fluid ducts here carrying our water to our nice lovely steam engines, steam dynamos. This one was the only one running for a little while because I had more power than I needed. And because I got a lot of coal, well, probably not a lot anymore because I used most of it, but I did have like a whole nother line of it. Yeah, I was just putting them directly in there, so I wasn't worrying as much about it, and then realized that this thing was full and they weren't doing anything. Well, they were like using up coal but not giving me anything for it. You can see there's a room up there, so in order to get up there, I need to go all the way back around through the storage room and then into this room here. I may want to figure out something that's better. You can see I've actually made a mistake over here. Yeah, so this thing exists. I have mined out most of the valuable resources in here. There's a few little bits of coal and other McGubbins that I just haven't needed at the time, so I didn't worry as much about it. So yeah, but I guess we're not going to go in that direction. I mean, I could just lay down floor, but it does make sounds. Like, when you're close by to a nearby cave and it goes... yeah. By the way, that is a leadstone energy circuit. I did not have enough invert ingots to turn it into the hardened stuff. So don't worry about that. Alright. But yeah, I'm going to need some way to get up there very quickly without having to run around. And I did have a little bit of a look. There are things called elevators. I don't know, I'll have a better look at them. Maybe we'll make a couple and see how they work. But either way. So here we go, inventory room. By the way, stone, cobblestone. I had to do it in order to differentiate between which way was which, because if I couldn't see, either door, I mean, this one's only a 1x1 spacing, so I can kind of tell now, but before I got very confused and started heading the wrong way. So I've done a little bit more mining in here too. This is where all of our thermal expansion stuff is sitting. All I've done is just put hoppers with chests on top, so I could just dump a whole lot of resources in there. Like, it took ages to get through all of it. And then they automatically get put into the furnace. Same thing where I had a lot of dust, I just put them all into here, which all got put into the furnace. And now a lot of my resources are here. Not quite as good in terms of, combining things. For example, when you've got to mix iron with tin, I think, or is it with ferrous? Hang on. Uses of ferrous. You put it in with an induction smelter and you get invert ingots. When you were using, recipe for invert ingot, before you had to do it as a blend, but I'm gonna just make a induction smelter and that will make life easier. What I have done, trying to, be a little bit more organized, making sure I've got all the materials, I put little chests around with the exact recipe in there, so all I have to do is just craft the thing. It was kind of my my way of getting around, not doing too much while you guys were off camera, but making sure that I wasn't going to just piss around, for 10-20 minutes trying to get all my sorting recipes, well, trying to get all my recipes done. Over here we can see a few more things. I have tried to do a little bit of the work beforehand so that all we have to do is pretty much just place it, explain it, and then we can move on, which will save us a bit of time. So you can see over here, this is where our laser and assembly table is going to go. I'm not quite sure why I've got the chest there. I was thinking maybe I'd put it underneath and then just have it piped directly into machine parts or something like that. We'll have a look later anyway. but assembly table and 3 lasers. You can see I've managed to mine all my diamonds now. This thing has got luck on it, and it seems to automatically over time upgrade. I'm not entirely sure why. I think that may just be because it was broken down and the stonebound thing might have been upgrading it. Not sure. But either way, we've got Looting 2 and Fortune 2, which makes it both a good weapon and, you know, good for mining diamonds and coal and that sort of thing. So, got a few diamonds. Still got the 13 left. Not going to be enough for later on, but we'll deal with. Excuse me. We'll deal with that when we get there. So, Induction Smelter, assembly table, which we'll try and do today. And then I was thinking about putting the elevator here. I think that just puts us directly down against the wall in the other room. Railcraft stuff I would like to put in here, because, let's see, yeah, that's the inventory room there. If I put, say, the coal coke furnace here, and then I can put the blast furnace here when I've finally got one, and then all around the sides I can, you know, have whatever machines are needed in order to craft these things, but that's the idea at least. And then, you know, a sign just explaining, you know, put new stuff in that direction, because you have noticed that I kind of ran out of wall space. Even though I made a big room, if I needed something, say, along this wall, I could only use these 3 slots. I'd probably end up moving this out of the way, because otherwise I couldn't click it. Chest is going to have to move, so maybe behind this wall is where I'm going to do a little bit more of the logistics stuff as well, getting that stuff or automatically pumping into ore related or something along those lines. And then up here, what was I thinking? Tinker's Construct. Right, so I was tired of going back and forth. It was very, very frustrating. Let's see, where are we? Ow. I really got to move that essence berry bush, but it's so useful being there because I always had to go out here. I can end up moving this guy with all of its blood. Let's see. Some of these things say that they... Oh, go away! If you drag them out into the water, they will drown, so that's just something that I plan on doing here. Although the fez, I will take. Yeah, there we go. Fez. Fez are cool. Ow. By the way, so you guys can start drowning. I have got a few of my reeds back, so that's kind of nice. I don't have to worry about reed production as much in order to get paper. I also learned that you can make paper with trees as well, but I'm running a little bit low on trees, so perhaps some kind of wood farm would be preferable, so we might have to have a look at forestry or Steve's carts, because I think Steve's carts might be cheaper. I'm not entirely sure about that. It might end up using a lot more diamonds. I'll have to have a look. But we'll take all of these Tinker's Construct things, including all of our patterns and all of the ores related to it, and then we'll also move this stuff along as well. And that way, you know, we've got everything all in one place. It'll be fantastic. You guys will love it, I promise. Yeah. Probably don't need the stencil table as much anymore. I'll make the rest of the recipes that I don't have, the rest of the patterns I mean, but I mean really, you know, I'm not going to need it once you've got them all, especially since most of them you have to make out of casts now anyway if you want the better quality tools. Oh man, lots of talking, so just give me a second to catch my breath and we will continue onwards. Okay, so first things first, I think this one here is going to be the easiest to do. So we will make our induction furnace like so, and of course I need to change it to that page, not the induction furnace from Industrial Craft, we want the thermal expansion one, because that's what we've got the resources for, because that's the easiest. So we pop that guy right there, he ends up getting powered automatically. How much is the maximum? 40 red flux per tick. I mean, our thing down there can do like 800 or 400, no, yeah, 400 or something. So that's, 40 plus 40 is 80 plus 20 is 100. So we were nowhere near going to use as much as, it says we are. Although, mind you, I think that is, leadstone. So that's a maximum of 80, but I don't think we're going to be using all of these at the same time. 36, like if we use maybe the pulverizer and the induction smelter, then maybe it will be maxing out, but I won't be too worried. In case you're wondering what the lever is for, I placed it on there because I wanted to turn off the redstone furnace while I was getting a few different dusts because I didn't have the induction smelter. But you can tell because when the thing is up, it's go time. Up always means go, right? Yeah, I just did a thumbs up. And then down, that's downtime. You can't do anything while it's all. Anyway, yeah. So up is for go, down is for not. I could actually switch it around. I'm not going to because it's hilarious. But if I switched it to high, then it would mean that it would only go while it was down. Otherwise, it would have to be the other way around. Anyway, so that means go. State is off, it says. State is on. But I mean, Anyway, so this guy's here. He's all powered up. Now, I do want to make him put everything into the chest on the right. So output needs to be there. I think that needs to be orange, I want to say. Yeah, there we go. So he's never pretty much going to get anything from anywhere else. Only when I'm putting stuff in there. So if I go ahead and put some iron in there, plus some of... what is it? Ferrous, there we go. So iron, ferrous, they'll go ahead. I mean, ferrous isn't used for anything else, and I've got plenty of iron at the moment, so I'm not too worried about wasting it. And we'll just put that stuff automatically in there. So orange means output it onto that side, blue is an input, purple is the second slot input, I think red is this one here if you choose it, and that's just a matter of what side you're piping things into or out from. That chest is all done now, so we can pick him up, and I'll probably end up placing him down somewhere else. But you get the idea. So ferrous is all, well, no, invar ingots is all there now. We can make our invar gears, and all of our nice lovely tools as well. One of the first things we're going to make is the ability to make, say, the ability to make the gears. I think that would be a pretty good idea. This one only needs like an iron in the middle and then 4 around the outside, so not a big deal. Yeah, maybe I'll turn my wrench into a battle wrench. I think that would be kind of cool. So that's plus 6 damage. Let's see, what am I on at the moment? That's plus 6. Yeah, so we'll probably do that. We'll do that just now. We'll do it and get it out of the way. That can go into there now. Invar ingot, a little bit of iron, like so. Use, shift left click. Didn't work because I'm a nub. Use left click, nope. Use left click, shift left click, 1, grab, use, shift left click, or not. What did I do wrong? 2 invar ingots, 1 invar gear, and the crescent hammer. I think that's weird how it doesn't do all the recipes. I mean, I'm not, complaining a whole lot because it's still really useful most of the time, but it would be nice. Anyway, so invar battle wrench, yeah, it can block and attack, and when you shift right click things, they will drop. I don't want to shift right click him because he's already got some power. Yes. Whew, okay, so we're already at 20 minutes, so I'm going to hurry up a little bit. What we're going to want here is a diamond gear, so let's go ahead and grab that. Uses, no, that's not going to work at all. Where's the wood? There it is, or the sticks rather. So that guy goes there. It's quicker to do this one manually just because there's so many pieces to it that you have to do really quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stone gear, iron gear, diamond gear. No, gold gear, sorry. See, I did have all the resources. That's why I did it. There we go. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, diamond gear. Lovely. So that lot can be made now. In fact, let's just grab the whole lot, because, I mean, it's gonna all get used anyway. So let's just go for, say, assembly table. There's one there. Shift right click, assembly table done. And then we need a laser. Which is right there. Shift right click, 1, 2, 3. And there go all my diamonds. Just like that. That's a lot of diamonds, guys. I'm gonna have to cover that hole now. Damn, I was using it. Is there a spare block of cobblestone that I can take from somewhere? I'll take you. I'll replace it later, but either way. So that can go there. Assembly table can go on top. And he will just sit there until we get some of these guys going. And I could probably do like a wall of them so it won't be as big a problem. But for now, all I have to end up doing is just grabbing some redstone, I believe. And maybe a diamond just to see if it will work. But you put whatever the ingredients you need in here. And look at that, I can make a redstone diamond chipset. Can I automatically go from there? Nope. So chipset is something that you can automatically use in order to help create your pipes. Request logistics pipes into request logistics pipe Mark II. I don't actually know what that is. 7132, 7131. It's the same pipe. Anyway, so these automatically go with all these different modules, which will be fantastic for us. Quick sort module, I'm not entirely sure what all of these end up doing anymore, but the remote orderer we're going to have to use. Crafting sign creator, I'm assuming that's what you put onto, where is it? I'm not sure. Either way, we'll end up using them a lot. So where is logistics pipes? Logistics pipes. There it is. Okay, here we go. So redstone golden chipset and a diamond transport pipe. Still need diamonds, not a big deal, or not as big a deal. But you can either use 4 gold, 4 iron, etc. All those extra resources on making golden gear, or you can use 1 gold and 1 redstone to make a golden chipset, which I think I would rather do. I keep forgetting that I've got tons of resources in here. So let's put you in there like so. Look at that, golden chipset. It does use 1 redstone for each other resource that you're using as well, but I don't know, I find it hard to be too mad about that. Let's see, if I put this on top, I'm just going to check something. So he can go on top, I can still see the things behind it. I want it to make a redstone golden chipset. So these guys are automatically powering up. Why aren't you getting power? Oh wait, no, there they go. So it took a little bit to power up. Yeah, 995 out of 1000 Minecraft joules. So these guys are working at like completely full power already. Simply because we can take the power that's in... I really need that elevator. Yeah. We can take the power that's in here. It's draining pretty quickly. I might turn on one of these things. We'll just use up the rest of this guy's coal or something. But that will automatically go into these guys. Sorry guys. 1 second. Bit of phlegm got caught in my throat. So those engines automatically go into our hardened energy cell. The hardened energy cell distributes things as needed. These guys can take, you know, basically 1000 Minecraft joules. yeah, it's not millijoules, it's Minecraft joules. And as soon as it had enough power, which was 25, it managed to go right ahead. It says max power is 150 Minecraft joules, so I'm not sure if I'm actually giving it way too much power. I'll have to double check that, but either way, I believe the more of them you have, the faster it ends up going as well. So maybe if I had a special one for these guys, that would just that was already set to having just enough power for them. Yeah, because I really don't want it to be using more power than it's actually needing, or actually able to use, because, yeah, either way. Or is it MJ per tick, and then the other one on top is, you know, how much it's got stored. So even if I lost power down there, let's just give that a go. So it's no longer allowed to give out energy anymore. So these guys should already be running out. Yeah, there we go. So quickly going down. And it is using it fairly quickly, I guess. And then they just automatically stopped. But still, a little bit of adjusting could probably be done in order to make sure it's not wasting power. Oh, Jesus. Always forget about that. Anyway, so that's our assembly table. So we're getting a whole bunch of stuff ready in order to make our basic logistics pipes. We're going to need a lot of them, which means that we're going to need a lot of diamonds. And there's a logistics request table. I wonder if they actually fixed everything to do with that. But the table itself requires like 2 diamonds each. And that's not including, you know, the other things that go into it here. So looks like I'm gonna go do a lot of mining. Yeah, so that automatically got put into the chest up here, which I believe is fine. Is that still using power? Even though it's not needing power? Hang on, I'll just turn off this thing here. So it is a little bit of a learning curve. That's told not to give out any power anymore. Yeah, that's losing power. Huh. Well, I believe I'm gonna have to set some things up. I'll probably get like a leadstone energy cell. I'll pop that up there, and then I'll have maybe a lever on the side that will control whether or not they're actually on or off at the time, because otherwise that's just a complete waste, to be honest. So let's just remove that pipe there. I'm going to place it down like so. So I'll be able to move it into place if I need it, but we are going to have to put some things in place in order to make sure that we're not wasting stuff. Okay, team. I did plan on trying to get at least one thing working. I just wanted to try out one of these, well, 2 of these elevators, but I don't have any of the ender pearls. Try as I might, I can't seem to get them to spawn, and I don't know how to get to the ender at the moment, because I don't know where the portal is, because I don't have any ender pearls to create things, or to create ender eyes that will take me over there. But it's yeah, it's a bit of a pain, but oh well. Words and stuff and things. So I think we're gonna have to drop the episode here. No, not drop the episode. End the episode here. And then next episode we'll do elevators. I might move the Tinker's Construct off camera, because you guys already know how that stuff works, so it's not really a huge deal. And then we'll go straight into getting some logistics stuff done. So next episode, elevator and logistics. Jesus, that was a mouthful. Like, hours of work went into all of this stuff, all these different rooms and stuff down here, and moving things and having things work, and all of that got compacted into about a 30-minute episode. Completely crazy. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!